Testing, testing, testing. 99, 98, 97, 96. Are they going to do a national anthem? Because I don't know if it's. I'm sure they are. Hello and welcome once again to SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of the California Community College Athletic Association. Today from Fullerton, it's a women's softball regional playoff matchup as the Fullerton College Hornets play host to the College of the Canyons Cougars. The opening round of the playoffs, of course, a best-of-3 format, and yesterday Fullerton College won game one of this series, a 4-2 victory coming back from an early deficit. So they will look to close it out here in game moments away from the start of the ball game. Jeff Stoynoff joined by Mike Cepeda, as always, here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, and we welcome you in once again. And Michael, Fullerton College, a team coming in playing very well, the number 5 seed in the playoff bracket in the South. They have won 8 in a row. They come in with an impressive record of 34-6 overall. So College of the Canyons going to have their work cut out for them as we take a look at the lineups on both sides. Fullerton still operating as the home team here in game 2. So it'll be College of the Canyons up first. And let's run through the lineup quickly. Raina Edwards, the shortstop, will lead off, followed by Kayla Yamane at second base. Caitlin Post in left field will bat third. Sierra Boyajian batting fourth. In right field, the offensive player Michaela Aguilar will bat fifth. Cameron Webb batting sixth at third base. Alondra Torres at first base bats seventh. Valerie Rivas, the catcher, batting eighth. And Natsuki Kamiyama batting ninth in center field. Pitching today for College of the Canyons, Megan Wilson. She made the start yesterday. She carries the load from a pitching standpoint for College of the Canyons. So she's got a lot of pressure on her today, as College of the Canyons going to have to pull the doubleheader sweep here if they want to move on in the playoffs.
And if any of those names sound familiar, you look at Lulu Vasquez for Fullerton. We'll see her up. She's a designated player in the lineup for Fullerton today. She was a part of the Cypress team that went undefeated for Brad Pickler a couple years ago up at Bakersfield.
And Sierra, speaking of Brad Pickler, a storyline here. They, the number 4 seed in the South, lost against the 13 seed Southwestern. We'll try to keep an eye on that score for you today to see how that develops, but that would be a monumental upset. The 0-1 pitch to Edwards is low, a ball and a strike. Just underway in the top of the first. It'll be Edwards followed by Yamane, and Caitlin Post will set the defense for you for Fullerton momentarily. Lopez on the mound, high pop, shallow left in foul territory. And that one is taken in foul territory. That's going to be a little bit of a tough call for us from our vantage point here. We're blocked by the dugout, so
yeah, we're just looking at our cameras here.
Yeah, going to have to read some body language to see on that one. So Edwards retired on a foul pop for out number 1, and that'll bring up Kayla Yamane. I started to set the defense. It's Desiree Guzman in left, Kaylee Williamson in center, and Annabelle Mendez in right for Fullerton. First pitch, a strike for Jessica Lopez. The infield from third to first, Natalie Gonzalez at third, Sabrina Anguiano at short. And the rise ball high, a ball and a strike. Yamane comes in batting .276 on the season. No home runs, 21 runs batted in. Sarah Rengifo's at second, Chloe Lilavois at first. Just outside. Oh, no, that did catch the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes.
You got to wait a little here, Story.
Yeah, no, I noticed
delayed
behind the plate, it's a slow call on the bikes from our home plate umpire. So I'll adjust as we go here. 1-2. Slow roller to short. Anguiano over to first to retire Yamane. 2 up, 2 down for Lopez. The battery for Fullerton, Veronica Garza behind the plate, and Jessica Lopez in the circle. Lopez, I started to say, finished off the victory yesterday, going the last 2 innings in the 4-2 victory for Fullerton. It is Jessica Lopez and Lulu Vasquez who team up to really handle all of the pitching duties for the most part for Fullerton on the season. Fouled back to the screen, no balls and a strike on Caitlin Post. Post having an outstanding season, .379 the batting average, no home runs, 31 runs batted in. Up here, 2 down, and the base is empty in the top of the first. Fullerton College trying to move on to the Super Regionals. They can do so with a victory today. Hard grounder off of Rengifo. Post going to be safe at first, and we'll wait and see how that one is ultimately scored. That was a hot smash to second. You know, I would be inclined to call that a hit.
Yeah, she absolutely smoked that ball and still waiting on
Boyajian,
a determination here, Stoy.
the cleanup hitter, stands in from the right side. Post at first, first pitch in there for a strike. No balls and a strike on Boyajian, who comes in batting .376, 2 home runs, third batted in. Yesterday, College of the Canyons got off to a fast start, scoring 2 runs in the top of the first. That one up and over the screen, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes quickly on Boyajian, but Fullerton was able to chip away, ultimately coming all the way back to win it 4-2. Sabrina Anguiano with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th for the ultimate margin of victory for Fullerton in a 4-2 win. Here's the 0-2, swung on and missed. Lopez gets the strikeout, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base through half an inning, no score. You're watching the 3C2A Women's Softball Playoffs here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the first from Fullerton. The Hornets coming to bat, no score. It'll be Sabrina Anguiano leading things off, followed by Valerie Garza, the catcher, batting second, and Kaylee Williamson in center field batting third. We'll give you the whole lineup here very quickly. Lulu Vasquez, I lost it momentarily there, the designated player, batting fourth. Chloe Lillavois batting fifth at first base. Sixth, it is Sarah Rengifo, the second baseman, batting seventh. Annabelle Mendez, the right fielder. Desiree Guzman batting eighth in left field. And Natalie Gonzalez batting ninth, the third baseman. Megan Wilson in the circle for College of the Canyons. She went the route yesterday, going 6 innings, allowing 4 runs. She took the loss in game 1, but she's back in the circle today for the Cougars. A lot of points on Wilson for much of this season. She comes in with a record of 13-10 overall. First pitch low and away. I should say, I think that's the second pitch.
Second pitch, 1-1.
1 ball and 1 strike. Thank you for a second pitch, Micah.
Remember, she fouled off the first one.
Anguiano fouls this one out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 to Anguiano. Off-speed pitch. A wave and a miss from Sabrina Anguiano. 1 down, and Garza coming to the plate for the Hornets. Outstanding job as you get a look at the replay. And Wilson taking something off. She struck out 2 in 6 innings of work yesterday. She gets her first one immediately here in game 2 against Anguiano. Here comes Garza. First pitch, high and outside. A ball and no strikes on Garza. Comes in batting .436 on the season. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Overall, the Hornets have hit the ball well all season. A team batting average of .354. That one in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes quickly on Garza. Waits on deck. And we'll set the Cougars defense for you. 2-0 pitch. Just outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Garza way out in front. Caitlin Post in left. Natsuki Kamiyama in center. Sierra Boyajian in right field. The 3-0 to Garza. And again, just outside. So Garza walks on 4 pitches. The Hornets have their first base runner. Caitlin Williamson, I should say Kaylee Williamson, will come to the plate. Big year at the plate for Williamson. No home runs, 25 runs batted in, a batting average of .426. 4 different players in the lineup for the Hornets today with an average of over 400 on the season.
Yeah, for Coach Marion Speedy Mendoza, she has a very versatile ball club. You look at their record on the season, very impressive, but they can pitch, they can hit, and this team, they can run.
Line drive just foul. No balls and a strike as Williamson comes up, showing bunt, but then pulls it back. Tries to put that one past Alondra Torres, who is cheating in at first base for the Cougars. Webb in at third as well. Webb at third, Raina Edwards at short, Kaylee Yamani at second, Alondra Torres at first base for College of the Canyons. The 0-1 pitch to Williamson. Off speed once again and outside. A ball. 35 steals on the season as a team for the Hornets. Caught just 4 times. Garza not much of a threat to go, though. She has just 1 steal and 2 attempts on the season. Rise ball high, 2 balls and a strike. The count now on Williamson. Well, this is the difficulty in facing a team that hits the ball so well like the Hornets. You want to be careful. You can't groove it in there, but on the other hand, you can't start walking batters and putting runners on base.
Yeah.
So a tough assignment for Wilson. The left-hander ready. Here's the 2-1 on the ground. Yamani can't come up with it cleanly. Now does on second effort, but everybody's safe. Yamani had to range to her left. Couldn't field it cleanly on the first try. A good effort, but Williamson really hustling down the line and ultimately able to get to first safely. Haven't quite figured out the scoring system here, Michael, on the scoreboard yet, so I'm just kind of guessing. But runners at first and second, just 1 out, and Lulu Vasquez, who went 5 innings in the circle yesterday, the designated player today, standing in. Fastball outside, a ball and no strikes.
She's had a transfer from Cyprus. She's an absolute stud at the plate.
5 home runs to lead the team, a .350 batting average. She's got 2 on here with 1 out. Line drive just foul. Boy, that was about 6 inches foul on that right field line, nearly placed perfectly. But it's a harmless strike if you're College of the Canyons. No balls and 2 strikes. Vasquez struck out 10 times and 100 at bats on the season. Go against 17 walks, so she's got good command of the strike zone. And she'll have to work here. She's in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Rise ball high.
Great eye there from Vasquez. Remember, Wilson went to the off-speed, pulled the string to record the first out of the inning.
Yeah, getting Anguiano. Terrific off-speed pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. The count on Vasquez. Lilavois waiting on deck. Tried to go off speed that time and miss low.
I wonder if she maybe tries to pull the string again, but if Vasquez sits on one, might be home run number 6 that we're looking at on the season.
There's a lot of danger here. And how you elect to work if you're Megan Wilson. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Garza at second, Williamson at first. Hard ground ball gets by Torres. The Hornets going to take the lead on a base hit by Vasquez. Meanwhile, the throw comes through. Now they have Vasquez hung up between first and second. But they had to keep an eye on Williamson at third. That's a good job by Williamson, really ranging off of third base. You see Torres on this play. To keep an eye on Williamson in the rundown, and ultimately Vasquez able to make it to second safely. An RBI single brings home Garza, and the Hornets grab a quick 1-0 lead. Now Vasquez does a great job taking the pitch up in the zone to right field, gets it by Torres at first. And you'll see the replay here, and it's another hard hit ball, and Torres unable to come up with it. Garza being waved around. And the Hornets trying to wrap this one up without a game 3, and this is exactly how you draw it up if you're Fullerton College. They have jumped on the Cougars early. They have a run in and 2 runners in scoring position as Chloe Lillevoix, the first baseman, will stand in. Lillevoix, another hitter, hitting over 400 on the season. 433, the batting average, 2 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Wilson in a jam here in the bottom of the first. Rocks and fires, line drive, base hit to right. This will score at least one more. Trouble for Boyajian out in right field. That's going to allow Vasquez to come around and score. Lillevoix with another RBI. A 2-run single. A 3-0 lead for Fullerton.
Hornets swarming here in the bottom of the first.
Not sure if there might be ultimately an error on Boyajian out and right. Did have some trouble. I think both runs were going to score on the base hit anyway.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up Sarah Rengifo, the second baseman. Digs in from the left side. Wilson, first pitch in there for a strike. Well, it all started with a walk to Garza, but then Williamson reaching on an error. And Vasquez and Lillevoix back-to-back singles. And the Hornets trying to break this one open early. A ball and a strike. The count on Rengifo. Annabelle Mendez on deck for Fullerton. High chopper up the middle to her right. Yamane able to knock it down, but not get the runner at second. An infield hit for Rengifo. That's a tough play for Yamane. Ranging far to her right. So another conference on the mound as Rivas will come out and try to settle down Megan Wilson, who's just trying to get out of the first inning. Mendez will be the batter. 7th batter to bat in the inning. Still only 1 out. Mendez hitting .340. 4 home runs, 38 runs batted in. So it doesn't get a whole lot easier for Megan Wilson, as she will work to Mendez here, just outside. Lillevoix at second, Rengifo at first. Wilson kicks and fires. Again, trying to catch that outside corner, but she's not getting that call early. 2 balls and no strikes. A couple of close pitches going all the way back to the at-bat of Valerie Garza. And Wilson just not getting that outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. The count on Mendez. Big swing, and that one fouled off. Well, Mendez was thinking about 6-0 there, Michael.
Yeah, Mendez, one of the biggest bats in this lineup. Speedy was talking about leading up in the week. This is probably the most dangerous bat. We talked about Vasquez in the lineup as well, but Mendez really the big hitter.
2-1 pitch, low and outside. So a 3-1 count on Mendez. Desiree Guzman
And a little
on deck.
A little bit of an anecdote talking about her power. She can hit it off of the tee out of the ballpark.
Hard line drive, a base hit to left. Post can't come up with it cleanly. They're going to wave around Lillevoix. Another RBI single. This one off the bat of Mendez, and it's 4-0. 4 consecutive base hits for Fullerton College. 1 out in the bottom of the first. 6 straight batters have reached against Megan Wilson as Guzman comes to the plate. And the Fullerton dugout into it, as you would expect. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike to Guzman. Wilson with a long look. Now she's ready. Rocks and fires, and a swing and a miss from Guzman, who's quickly in a hole now. No balls and 2 strikes. Guzman batting .319 on the season. No home runs, 9 runs batted in. And Wilson really slowing the pace here. And this is a good move. Wilson struggling right now, wants to try and upset the timing. That one chopped foul.
Cerritos up 5-4 on top of Mount Sac. Mount Sac with a big win yesterday. Mount Sac, the defending state champs.
Yeah, the top seed in the South. And, well, that's what happens when you play a rival. Cerritos going to come in there, and records aren't going to mean anything.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not going to be intimidated by their main rival. See if they can force the game 3. The 0-2, and again, that one's sent our way.
Cypress looking to do just that. They're up 2-0 on top of Southwestern. They're in the top of the 3rd.
It's going to be tough to get a Brad Pickler team out of there.
They're tough out. Saw that last year. Last 2 years. Of course, going undefeated 2 years ago up in Bakersfield. We talked about it earlier, and then also making an appearance last year at Mount Sac.
Well, Guzman's been way out in front on a couple of fastballs from Wilson. See if she changes speeds. Here's the 0-2. Took something off, lifted to left in foul territory. Post moving over. She runs out of room. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Natalie Gonzalez on deck for Fullerton. Barring a double play here, the Hornets will have batted around in the first. Wilson again with a long look. Now ready, the 0-2 pitch, low and inside. Here's the 0-2. And again, fouled off.
I think that went off of her toe.
Yeah, she's trying to walk that off. Two on, 1 out. Bottom of the first. Wilson into the wind. Took something off. Guzman down on strikes. 2 down. And that'll bring up Gonzalez. Well, that's not only a great job of changing speeds, but excellent location. Guzman not going to be able to do much with a pitch. Down and in. You can't execute it a whole lot better if you're Megan Wilson. 2 down now. Gonzalez swings at the first pitch and cues it foul. No balls and a strike on Natalie Gonzalez. Gonzalez batting .213. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Oh, 1 from Wilson. And Gonzalez starts all at that one. Pulls it back, a ball and a strike the count. Rengifo at second has excellent speed. Expect any base hit here. Bring home another run for the Hornets. Blowing outside. Nicely handled by Rivas behind the plate. 2 balls and a strike. The outfield post, Kamiyama Boyajian cheating in a couple of steps on Gonzalez. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Off speed, in the air, and Rivas lays out for it but can't come up with it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You gotta like the effort from Valerie Rivas. But Gonzalez with another life, facing a 2-ball and 2 strike count. Two, fouled off. Hornets winners of 8 straight. In that time, they are averaging nearly 9 runs a game. So the Bats have picked it up here late in the season. And they're looking to up that number here. Bouncing ball to short. Edwards going to go to second just in time to retire the side. But not before the Hornets produce 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We're through 1. Fullerton leading College of the Canyons 4-0. It's the 3C2A Women's Softball Playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the second inning. And the Hornets leading it 4-0. Opening round playoff matchup between Fullerton College and College of the Canyons. Best of 3 series. The Hornets leading it 1-0, trying to finish it off here in Game 2. If College of the Canyons can get the victory here in Game 2, the teams will play again today. After a short break, come back for Game 3. Aguilar leading things off. She'll be followed by Cameron Webb and Alondra Torres for the Cougars. And that one off the foot of Aguilar. So the foul ball. Michaela Aguilar batting .358 on the season, 4 home runs, 28 runs batted in. The 4 home runs tied for the team lead with Webb, who waits on deck against Jessica Lopez. Rise ball high. A ball and 2 strikes, the count now on Michaela Aguilar. Lopez, meanwhile, 3 scoreless innings for the weekend. Comes in with a record of 16-4 on the season. Another pitch high, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Aguilar. Lopez and Vasquez have teamed up for 60 appearances, starting nearly every game this season for the Hornets. 37 of the 40 starts in the circle for the Hornets have been either Lopez or Vasquez, and that has been a nice weapon for Speedy Mendoza in that Hornet dugout. This is a team, Michael. 2-2 pitch, cold, strike 3. Aguilar down on strikes. That's 2 straight strikeouts for Lopez. And Michael, you know, it's a long way to go, but I think with 2 solid pitchers in that circle for the Hornets, this is a team that's well built for a postseason run. You got the potent lineup, and then you have a little bit of depth there in the circle, and this will be a team to watch. It's fascinating to see moving forward. Provided they can take care of business today, it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, well, we talked about it earlier, but before the broadcast, and if Cypress goes down to Southwestern, guess who's hosting the Super Regional next week?
Yep,
that'll
absolutely.
be Fullerton.
Yep. 1 ball and no strikes on Webb. Webb starts to offer, check swing, foul back. A ball and a strike. Four home runs, 24 runs batted in for Webb. 322 batting average for the season. 1-1 from Pez. Just inside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, between Vasquez and Lopez, it is now 7 1/3 scoreless in the circle. High fly ball, playable for Guzman in left for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. In the top of the second, Alondra Torres will be the batter. Torres batting .344, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Torres takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls and a strike. Rivas would be next if Torres can keep it alive. 2 down, bases empty. Off speed, high and away, a ball and a strike. One pitch at the knees. Torres down in the count now, a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Lopez to the fastball just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Lopez rocks and fires. Pop to third, and Gonzalez under it to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Jessica Lopez through 1.5. Fullerton College in control. They lead it 4-0 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the second inning. And after the Hornets batted around in the first, they're back to the top of the order. It'll be Anguiano, Garza, and Williamson against Megan Wilson. Well, it was a monumental struggle for Wilson in that first inning, allowing 4 hits and 4 runs. But she did settle down nicely against Guzman and Gonzalez to get out of the jam and keep it at 4. See if she can carry that into the second inning as she works against Anguiano, who struck out. First pitch swinging and a base hit. So Anguiano, who had the big home run yesterday, a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th, that propelled the Hornets to the 4-2 win, breaking a 2-all tie at the time. And she gets a base hit here to lead things off in the second inning. That'll bring up Garza. Garza got it all started, drawing a walk her first time up, eventually came around to score. Anguiano at first, leads away. Tough hop, but a nice play by Yamane. They go to second for 1 and turn the double play. 4-6-3, and watch the here, because this ball takes a hop on Yamane, who comes up with it cleanly. Well hit ball, and it just takes a little bit of a hop, but Yamane, terrific job, and a great job by Edwards on the pivot. And they turn 2. So 2 down, bases empty, and that'll bring up Williamson. Williamson takes the first pitch low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So the pitcher's best friend. And now Wilson, with 2 outs and the bases empty, will go to work on Williamson. Fly ball right field. Boyajian moving back on the track and has it to retire the side. Williamson gives it a ride, but it's a long out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Through 2 complete, 4-0 Fullerton on top of College of the Canyons. It's the 3C2A Women's Softball Playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 3rd inning. Rivas, the catcher, will lead things off, followed by Kamiyama. And then the top of the order, Rain Edwards for College of the Canyons. Still looking to break through with something against Jessica Lopez, who has worked the first 2 innings, allowing just 1 hit and no runs. Oh, 1 pitch to Rivas, rise ball high. A ball and a strike.
Top of the 7th, Cerritos holding on to the 1-run lead, 5-4 over Mount Sac. There it is. Good of all browsers.
All right, and we're back. Here's the 1-2 to Rivas. Did she hold up? And she did. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rivas, who comes in batting .343, no home runs, 28 runs batted in on the season.
I see it at 40.
Here's the pitch. Rivas takes that one inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. First full count that I can remember on either side. So perhaps the Cougars looking to be a little more patient against Lopez.
Record.
Here's the payoff pitch. Soft liner and a nice catch by Anguianu. Down to her knees. A ball that could have been tricky. But Anguianu makes it look easy. And that'll bring up Natsuki Kamiyama. And she'll dig in from the left side. Kamiyama, a .351 batter on the season. No home run, 9 runs batted in. First pitch high, a ball and no strikes. And you see Kamiyama starting to move forward in the box. And look to slap that one on the left side. A swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. Gonzalez, though, moving in at third base. She's about halfway between the bag and home plate. Pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kamiyama. We've talked a lot about the Hornet bats, but it is the Hornet pitching that has really been the story of this matchup. That one well outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vasquez and Lopez have teamed up to really quell the bats for the Cougars. Swing and a miss for Kamiyama. 2 up, 2 down in the third, and Raina Edwards, who popped out to left her first time up, coming up for College of the Canyons. Well, this is how you want to get to the top of the order. 2 down and the base is empty. If you're Jessica Lopez. And the Fullerton College Hornets first pitch at the knees, in there for a strike. No balls and a strike on Edwards. 3 home runs, 25 runs batted in for Edwards on the season. Came in with a batting average of .319. Line drive, just foul. Narrowly missing for Raina Edwards. And the key stat for Raina Edwards isn't even among the ones I just listed. You take a look, 19 stolen bases on the season for Raina Edwards. So very important to keep her off base. She could get a rally started all on her own. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Lopez into the wind. Tries the rise ball, but Edwards lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. College of the Canyons, a record of 23-18 on the season. Trying to pull what would be a major upset here. Pop fly, shallow center, but Williamson on the run. Able to haul it in for the third down. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third. Jessica Lopez continuing to cruise. Heading for the bottom of the third, Fullerton with a 4-0 lead over College of the Canyons. It's the 3C2A Women's Softball Playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the third inning. Lulu Vasquez leading things off against Megan Wilson. First pitch in the dirt. A ball and no strikes on Vasquez. Singled and scored her first time up. 4 runs on 6 hits. 1 error. For the Hornets. That one on the outside corner, a ball and a strike on Vasquez. Lillebois waits on deck. Should be followed by Sarah Rengifo. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Hornets here in the third, as they lead it 4-0. 1-1 pitch from Wilson. Up in the zone. 2 balls and a strike. So Vasquez leading the team this season with 17 walks. A good eye to go along with the prodigious power. Off-speed pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right, well, I got a little confused on the count. I think Wilson did get the high strike on that last pitch, so now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes after she misses with the breaking ball. Here's the pitch. Vasquez hits it on the ground inside the bag. It's a base hit for Vasquez. Down into the corner. Vasquez going to easily cruise into second with a stand-up double. So Lulu Vasquez 2 for 2 on the day. The leadoff hitter aboard for the Hornets. And Chloe Lillebois will be the batter. She had a 2-run single in the first inning. We're going to have a pinch runner for Vasquez. It'll be Hunter Williams on to run. And Rivas out again to talk to Megan Wilson. 7 hits now for the Hornets in the game. Lillebois came into action batting .433 today. She's 2 for 3 in the series after the base hit in the first. First pitch swinging up the line and just foul. Well, that could have been trouble for Cameron Webb. She comes up with that ball. Lillebois getting down the line. No balls and a strike on Lillebois. Bunt attempt and it's foul. No balls, 2 strikes quickly on Lillebois. And go to the bunt there, even with a hitter like Lillebois at the plate. And I think Speedy Mendoza thinking about plating a couple of more runs here and then get out to the 7-0 lead.
Yep.
Finish this one inside the distance, just outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, if I remember our coverage of the championships last year, there's an awful lot of playing for 1 run. That's a fairly standard play in this situation that we saw, at least in our coverage last season.
Or you can just be Vicky Gutierrez and play for 3 runs when you have 2 on.
Yep. A ball and 2 strikes, the count on Lillebois. And she'll be swinging away here. Wilson toes the rubber. Here we go. In on the hands. And that one fouled out of play.
And also near my car.
I'll tell you, I was taking a look at the trees and the fencing here, and I think there's a flight path to my windshield. I'm a little bit nervous.
I'm strategically placed.
Today, you were smart. You kind of went behind the trees.
I did get here early.
That was a good move. A ball and 2 strikes, the count on Lillebois. And again, that one fouled away on the right side. Looks like Wilson trying to work inside, trying to jam Lillebois. See if maybe she's setting up that off-speed pitch away. We've seen her go to that with some success.
You know, Jeff,
today.
I bring up the Vicky Gutierrez home run from a year ago. For those who don't remember, Vicky Gutierrez, 4-mound sack, hit a 3-run bomb. And late in the ball game, they only needed to win one. And I was talking about strategy, and I was trying to play devil's advocate. And I think you and Coach, who we had on at the time for our color commentator, they were just like, no way, you got to bunt.
I remember it. It was one of the great calls in broadcast history before the actual event. I was neutral, tried to stay neutral. I'm just here to describe what I see. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But yes, I remember you were on record before the swing. A little faith in Gutierrez and the ability to maybe take it downtown, and I'll be darned if that's not exactly what she did. I think about 1 pitch later.
I did get some dap from you and Coach. So.
That's it. I'm bringing that one up on YouTube. I want to see what I said.
Well, we actually posted it to our Instagram.
Popped up on the infield web. Makes the catch. Williams will stay at second. 1 down. That'll bring up Rengifo. So Rengifo, the batter, she singled her first time up. And she'll stand in from the left side. Wilson with a long look. Chopper toward first, backhanded by Torres. She'll take it herself to retire Rengifo. Nice play by Alondra Torres down at first base to get Rengifo on the play. Williams advances from second to third. So a runner at third, 2 down. And Annabelle Mendez will be the batter. Mendez with a base hit.
RBI variety, first time up.
So Mendez will try to pick up the runner at third with 2 down. And this would be another small bit of momentum if you're College of the Canyons, if Wilson, after giving up a leadoff double, can get out of the inning unscathed. It'll be a bit of a burst, I think, for College of the Canyons, but they need to figure out a way to get some runners on base against Lopez and the Hornet pitchers, who have been lights out so far this weekend.
Easier said than done with Mendez at the plate.
Here's the 1-0. Mendez takes that one low. 2 balls, no strikes. Expect Wilson to work carefully here with first base open. Doesn't get a whole lot easier with Guzman on deck, but Mendez brings a measure of danger with 4 home runs on the season. 38 runs batted in, now 39 after an RBI single in the first.
A long measure of danger.
Here's the 2-0. And that one ripped, but foul down the left field line. And boy, you get a sense a little bit there on a foul ball of the power, because Mendez, I think, really for the first time got her arms extended on that one, and she ripped it. But she was out in front. 2 balls and a strike.
Preview of coming attractions coming to the warning track near you.
Wilson kicks and delivers. Just inside, and that's going to draw a reaction from the College of the Canyons faithful directly to our right, and you get a look at it from behind the plate.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Yeah, a little bit inside, but I think it's a pretty good call. Maybe one more look here from the center field camera, and that's a nice job by Mendez standing into it a little bit too.
Uh-oh.
High fly ball, center field. This will one-hop the wall. Mendez with an RBI double, bringing home Williams, and the Hornets now lead it 5-0.
It's a great approach here from Mendez. Sits back, extends the arm, and it's just a few feet away from going deep center.
Yeah, I think she just missed it. Otherwise, she might have taken it out to straightaway center. It ends up one-hopping the wall as Kamiyama gets it back in, but a big 2-out RBI double for Mendez, and the Hornets push the lead now to 5-0. That'll bring up Guzman. She struck out her first time up. Wilson rocks and fires. This one could be trouble. Drops in for a base hit. And they're going to hold up the runner at third. Snap throw down to third, and they got her. So Guzman with the base hit, but Mendez rounding third, trying to get back, is thrown out. Canyons defense gets them out of the inning, but not before the Hornets bring home another run. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We head to the 4th inning. It's the 3C2A Women's Softball Regionals here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 4th inning. 5-0 the Hornets leading College of the Canyons. Game 2, the 3C2A Women's Softball Regionals here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Yamane set to lead things off. Rise ball high, a ball and no strikes. Yamane grounded to short. Her first time up. Lopez threw 3. Was allowed just 1 hit, no walks, struck out 3. She has been in command from the outset. Sky high, heading to our easy up. So, outstanding effort. As Gonzalez and Anguiano moving over, and it was Gonzalez who just ran out of room right in front of the College of the Canyons dugout. Here's the pitch, inside. Two balls and a strike on Yamane. Yamane now 1 for 5 for the series. Fouls that one straight back and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yamane to be followed by Post and Boyajian. 2, 3, 4 in the order, due up. And the Cougars, who plated 2 runs in the top of the 1st in game 1. Again on the left side and out of play. And since then, 9 innings, no runs for College of the Canyons. Looking for a spark. The 2-2 to Yamane. Picked off the dirt by Anguiano, who throws to first.
She wanted to get her out twice.
Trying for 2 outs. So they'll call that a line out, I believe. As you get a look at the replay here, and Anguiano, again, doing a beautiful job fielding the position, takes that one just off the dirt. Clean catch, one down. Swing and a miss for Post. Post with the lone base hit so far for College of the Canyons. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Caitlin Post. Post batting .379 coming in. Swung on and missed. The rise ball gets Caitlin Post. 4th strikeout of the day for Jessica Lopez. Quickly, 2 up and 2 down. Yeah, upon a second look there, I think actually Lopez took a little something off.
Yeah, it looked like she went
on
to the
that one.
change
Had
up there.
Post out in front, yeah. Fooled me. That'll bring up Boyajian. She struck out her first time up. Fouls this one back to the screen. Sierra Boyajian came in batting .376 with 2 home runs. 32 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Up in the zone, fly ball to left, playable for Guzman, and she has it to retire the side. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for Jessica Lopez, who continues to roll. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Fullerton College with a 5-0 lead over College of the Canyons. The regionals in the 3C2A women's softball playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 4th inning from Fullerton College. And the Hornets trying to punch their ticket to the Super Regionals, leading the best of 3 series 1-0. And they're out in front here in game 2, 5-0. As they come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, Natalie Gonzalez, and then the top of the order, Sabrina Anguiano and Valerie Garza. Due up. Gonzalez retired on a fielder's choice her first time up. Megan Wilson continues in the circle for College of the Canyons. After a struggle in the first, she settled down somewhat to try and keep College of the Canyons within shouting distance, but right now Jessica Lopez just not allowing the Cougar bats to get anything going. So the Hornets carry the 5-0 lead. A swinging bunt from Gonzalez, a swing and a miss. A ball and a strike now on Gonzalez, the third baseman for Fullerton College. Webb cheating in at third base. Torres a little past the bag at first. A running start from Gonzalez, this one outside. That's a key batter for Wilson. Needs to keep Gonzalez off base before going to work on the top of that Hornet order. Coming up next, here's the 2-1 pitch. Another swinging bunt attempt. You see Gonzalez trying to get a running start and slap that ball to the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson continues to work deliberately. 2-2 pitch. Chopper towards second on the short hop. It's Yamane. And you have to be very impressed with the glove work of Kayla Yamane at second base. Had some trouble on a ball hit by Williamson, but it was no easy play back in the first. But since then, a couple of real highlight reel plays for Yamane. And this is a great job here on a ball that could have been a lot of trouble. But takes it on the short hop to get Gonzalez by a couple of steps. 1 down. That'll bring up Anguiano. Struck out in the first, singled in the second. First pitch to Anguiano, lays it down on the third base side, but it's foul. Anguiano came in batting .400 on the season, and outstanding power at the top of the order with 4 home runs, including 1 yesterday. And that's really the big blow of the series so far. broke a 2-all tie in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1 pitch from Wilson. Anguiano takes that one in the dirt. A ball and a strike. Hornets trying to make it 9 wins in a row.
Final at Mount Sac, they're going to 3. Cerritos 8-4.
Falcons trying to pull the major upset right there.
Knocking off a 1 seed, no easy feat, especially on the road.
2 balls and a strike.
Bottom 5th, Cypress on top of Southwestern, 4-0. That one looking like it's also going to go 3.
Yeah, looking to force a game 3 there are the Chargers. This is a matchup of the 5 and the 12 seed. In on the hands, blooper into left and a base hit. Well, Wilson does a nice job getting it inside on Anguiano, but how about the muscles there for Sabrina Anguiano, able to just get that one beyond Edwards' reach into shallow left, I should say. Base hit for Sabrina Anguiano, who's now 2 for 3 on the day, and that'll bring up Garza. Veronica Garza, I believe I said Valerie earlier, let me correct that. Apologies. Veronica Garza on the day, 0 for 1, grounded into a double player last time out. She also walked in the first. Rise ball high, a ball and no strikes. So Anguiano with good speed at first. 1 down. Wilson working on Veronica Garza. Rocks and fires. Change up inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Garza drew a walk on 4 pitches her first time up. Pretty aggressive hitter, typically only 6 walks with 110 at bats coming into action today. So she usually goes up there hacking, but she's ahead here 2-0, swings at this one and fouls it away. Wilson up on the rubber. Here's the pitch in the dirt again. 3 balls and a strike. The count on Garza. Haley Williamson waiting on deck. Hornets looking for a couple of runs here potentially to give themselves a chance to close it out in the 5th. Ground ball, base hit for Garza. So Garza takes it back up the middle. Her first hit of the day, 2 on, 1 out, and Williamson coming to the plate.
I'd like to remind everybody, if you have any friends or family want to watch this broadcast, SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. You have a device that has the YouTube app, SoCal College Sports 1. We'll also be broadcasting live in a couple of weeks from Bakersfield for the 3C2A softball finals.
Williamson's 1 for 2 on the day. Rips this one foul up over the Canyons dugout. Williamson had a cut. Came in batting .426. Williamson now 3 for 6 on the weekend. Flied out to right her last time up. 2 on here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Line drive, and that one hooks just foul. So Williamson in a hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Wilson has the sign. Here's the 0-2. Just inside. The outfield, couple of steps back for Williamson. Fouled off. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see Wilson again able to change speeds effectively, and though the Hornets have gotten their hacks in, they lead at 5-0. See them well out in front. A lot of these pitches. Here's the 1-2, again off speed, fouled away. But I think, Michael, it's a testament to the Hornet hitters, the way that they've been out in front, but they've been able to adjust, especially with 2 strikes, where I think they've done some really good work. As Wilson's been able to get ahead, but hasn't been able to get them out of there.
It's a product of good coaching and good adjustments and execution by the players. Wilson in the circle yesterday and getting the second crack at it, and they're making the most of it. 5-0 so far, bottom of the 4th.
1-2 pitch to Williamson. Popped up on the right side. Torres will take it for out number 2. That's a great job. Williamson fooled on that pitch, just reaches out and pops it to Torres. Easy play, 2 down. Now with 2 on, and you go back to last inning, and Mendez with an RBI double coming with 2 outs after Wilson was nearly out of the inning.
Vasquez back in. Remember, she came off being subbed in for when she made it to second to leave a double her last time up.
And she's perfect on the day, 2 for 2, a single and a double. With a run batted in. She's got a chance here, but for Wilson, a chance to perhaps get out of the inning with no damage done. Vasquez, again, the team leader, 5 home runs. Went 5 innings in the circle yesterday. A no decision in the game. The Hornets ultimately winning 4-2. High and away. A ball and no strikes on Vasquez, and you got Chloe Lillevois on deck, and Vasquez significant danger at the plate, but Lillevois waiting on deck. An average up over 430 on the season. Wilson works to the heart of this Hornet order here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 balls, no strikes on Vasquez. Just outside, Rivas tries to frame but doesn't get the call. 3-0. Going Vasquez, and see how Wilson elects to work here with runners at first and second. You certainly don't want to groove one to Lulu Vasquez. 3-0 pitch. Vasquez takes that one for strike 1. Vasquez 2 hits yesterday. 2 for 4, so she's 4 for 6 now on the weekend against Cougar pitching. 3-1 pitch, and that got a piece of Vasquez. So the hit batsman will load him up and bring on Chloe Lillevois. An opportunity here for Lillevois to go a long way towards salting this one away. Lillevois 1 for 2. 2-run single back in the 1st inning. The Cougars will conference up in the circle.
Now at the plate for your Hornets, first baseman number 23, Chloe Lillevois.
Lillevois 2 for 4 on the weekend. Wilson rocks and fires. Ground ball just foul. Good look at it there. And the replay, and nearly placed it perfectly. Did Chloe Lillevoix. No balls and a strike. Outfield straightaway for Lillevoix. Wilson up on the rubber. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball gets by Webb. Couple of runs going to score for the Hornets as Garza comes in on a 2-run single by Lillevoix. And now the Hornets have the 7-run lead at 7-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Rengifo will be the batter as Lillevoix delivers the big 2-out hit.
Emery Johnson on replay and director duties here today. All the replays that you see, know that he is the guy.
Remember that name. No balls and a strike now on Rengifo as Wilson really pops the glove, I think, as loud as we've heard today, and maybe. I know it's been a rough afternoon for Megan Wilson. That's another big 2-out hit for Fullerton, and Wilson just that close to maybe getting out of a jam, but the Hornet batters coming up with another big hit in a clutch moment. A ball and a strike. Rengifo's 1 for 2. Singled and grounded to first. 2 balls and a strike. And now as the score stands, College of the Canyon's going to need to plate a run next inning to keep it going. 2-1 pitch. Chop foul. 2-2 on Rengifo, and I see Mike over there working on the scoreboard. Of course, you can follow all of the scores from around the state in the 3C CCCAA sports.org.
Yep.
Go to the women's softball screen, and there's a scoreboard option, and you can keep track of the scores. A busy Saturday here in the opening round, and some matchups to watch here. Some game 3s on the slate.
Southwestern not going away. They're in the top of the 6th, 2 gone. But now it's 6-1 as Southwestern gets on the board. Two on right now, 2nd and 3rd for the Jaguars.
Off-speed pitch. And it is outside, and that is ball 4. So Rengifo able to work the walk. That'll load him up. And it will bring up Annabelle Mendez, who has had a big afternoon at the plate. 2 for 2, a single and a double, 2 runs batted in. Mendez with a 2-out double her last time up. Bringing home Hunter Williams. Hornets sent 9 batters to the plate in the first inning as they grabbed control of this one with a 4-run first. And Mendez now the 8th batter to bat here in the 4th. But again, as we alluded to, the recent streak, 8 wins in a row in which the Hornets have scored 72 runs. So 9 runs a game over that stretch. So this isn't anything particularly new for the Hornets over the last few weeks of this season. The bats have come alive. Not sure they were ever asleep. Fastball, a strike. No balls and a strike now on Mendez. Mendez now up to 40 runs batted in on the season with 2 today. He's now 2 for 5 on the weekend. The 0-1 from Wilson. Off speed. Inside, a ball and a strike. Desiree Guzman would be next. Again, Wilson tries the off-speed pitch and misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Mendez takes that pitch inside. 3 balls and a strike, and Wilson just not getting that call. Take one more look at this one, and that's the inside pitch that Wilson has been trying for all day.
What if we have that on 1?
And not getting the call. Well, I think it's been consistent from the outset, and that's just not a strike today. Evidently, 3 balls and a strike. Big swing from Mendez, but just chops it foul. 3-2.
You see the inside pitch, and I think that's a good call here.
Yeah, yeah, and I think, Michael, it's been consistent, and that's one of the things we talk about in a lot of our coverage. Can't ask for more than consistency, and that one's sent right this way.
Yeah, I mean, Emory Johnson, former pitcher at Moore Park College.
Yeah.
The mind of a pitcher, he'll tell you that's the first thing they're looking for. Consistency out of an ump.
If he's willing to protect blue there on a call of a ball, you gotta appreciate it. That's a pitcher saying the ball was an okay call.
They don't oftentimes go to bat for an ump.
Here's the 3-2, and Mendez takes that for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Wilson. Lulu Vasquez comes home with another run. 8-0, and Desiree Guzman the batter.
Well, as it stands right now, the Cougars down to the final 3 outs. Mercy rule in effect.
Guzman struck out in the first, singled in the third. And the Hornets bat around for the second time today.
Yeah, the Cougars, they have the ability to hit the ball, but sometimes their pitching can be a little suspect. You see Wilson, they've gotten to her today with 8 runs through 4.
And one just foul.
And if memory serves, I believe the last time out, the last regular season game of the year for College of the Canyons, they were up into double digits on the scoreboard in a win.
Yeah, they finished having lost 3 of their last 5. But the couple wins, I believe, in both of them, they did get into double digits. And it's a lineup that can put some runs on the board, but one of the storylines, to be sure, this weekend have been the Hornets and their pitchers.
Stingy pitchers.
Fouled out of play. Guzman down in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes.
Magnets for softballs this weekend, seemingly. It sails over our heads.
No balls, 2 strikes. Wilson had a couple of strikeouts in the first inning, hasn't had one since. And with 2 down here, she'll take any kind of an out. Any old kind of an out will do here, Michael. 0-2. And Guzman reaches out and just gets a piece. That's a nice piece of hitting by Guzman. Fooled on that pitch, but able to stay alive. She'll get another look.
Gets a vote of confidence from Speedy Mendoza. Grinding at the plate right now, down 0-2.
Outfield in a couple of steps for the Cougars. Off-speed pitch, a little high, a ball and 2 strikes. Three hits with a couple of walks, a hit batter for the Hornets, and they've plated 3 more here in the 4th. Wilson trying to go low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Guzman trying to work all the way back from an 0-2 count. Wilson ready. Hit hard towards short. Edwards over to second to retire the side. Guzman makes good contact, but inning over for the Hornets. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. Heading to the top of the 5th, College of the Canyons needs to find their way onto the scoreboard to stay in it. You're watching the 3CCAA Women's Softball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the fifth. Aguilar, Webb, and Torres due up for College of the Canyons, and College of the Canyons right now in danger of falling via the mercy rule. If they do not plate a run here in this inning, it's over. So the Hornets, if they can get 3 more outs, they can wrap it up right here and move on to the Super Regionals, and I imagine have a look and see where they might be playing. Are they going to Cypress, or might they be here?
Update that for you, Jeff. You had it all
Next
set
weekend.
up. You just need to finish it with Commander.
Aguilar struck out, leading off the second. Foul ball down the left field line and out of play. 0-2 on Aguilar. Lopez trying to take care of business herself here. A rise ball just high, a ball and 2 strikes. You imagine we saw Vasquez go 5 innings with Lopez taking over yesterday. Off the end of the bat and into shallow left, a base hit for Aguilar. Just the second hit of the day for College of the Canyons, as Aguilar able to get just enough on it to get it past Gonzalez and into left field for a base hit. That'll bring up Cameron Webb. Webb flying to left. Back in the second inning. We'll have a pinch runner for Canyons. Brianna Vasquez.
Now pinch running at first base for the College of the Canyon Cougars, number 12, Brianna Vasquez.
So Vasquez will run as Webb stands in. As Gonzalez moves in at third. Chloe Lillebois creeping in at first for Fullerton. First pitch to Webb, swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Webb still looking for her first hit on the weekend. She's 0 for 3. 0-1 pitch and another swing and a miss. So Lopez out in front now, no balls and 2 strikes. Working quickly, here's the 0-2 pitch, rise ball up in the zone. Swung on and missed. Webb down on strikes. Got a piece, but a good job by Veronica Garza holding on. So Webb retired on strikes, and that'll bring up Torres, who popped to third her first time up. Alondra Torres also looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 3. High fastball, and Torres a wave and a miss. Well, the last time that Lopez gave up a hit, she retired 10 batters in a row. She has gone right to work after giving up the leadoff hit to Aguilar, striking out Webb. It's a ball and a strike now on Torres. Lopez allowed 2 hits, no walks. The command has been outstanding. And now 5 strikeouts on the afternoon. That one on the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes on Alondra Torres. Rivas waiting on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Torres takes that one low. Lopez rocks and fires, line drive, base hit to center. Williamson closing quickly, but not there in time to either catch that ball or perhaps catch Vasquez at second base. So a good job by Brianna Vasquez getting a good jump on that ball. And that's one where you can easily see a player forced out, I should say, at second base. They don't get a good jump, but Vasquez able to get there safely. So 2 on with only 1 out, and College of the Canyons needing to plate a run to keep it going. And this is far and away their best opportunity, maybe going all the way back to the first inning yesterday. So Coach John Wismath going to huddle up here and talk to his players. Valerie Rivas will be the batter, and Rivas in the 8-hole, but a very potent bat if you look at the numbers on the season. Batting .343 and 28 runs batted in. For Rivas, the 28 runs batted in tied for second on the team. So Rivas, a dangerous bat at the bottom of the order. She lined to short her first time up.
Catcher number 24, Valerie Rivas.
One of a couple of nice plays by Sabrina Anguiano at shortstop today for Fullerton. First pitch to Rivas. Big swing, and she fouls it back to the screen. Vasquez at second, Torres at first. And maybe for the first time today, the College of the Canyons dug out into it. Something to get excited about. Swing and a miss for Rivas, and she's in a hole now. No balls and 2 strikes. Jessica Lopez, 16 wins on the season, trying to close this one out, pick up win number 17.
Got her.
Called strike 3, the rise ball in there. Strikeout number 6 for Lopez on the afternoon. And that'll bring up Natsuki Kamiyama, who represents the last hope for College of the Canyons. The outfield well in for Fullerton College, and I think they're willing to take their chances here on a ball maybe over their head to have a chance on a shorter base hit to have a play at the plate on Vasquez, who stands at second. 1 ball and 1 strike, the rise ball well high.
Or maybe on something hit to the outfield, maybe get a force out as well.
Good point. Kamiyama, 4 extra base hits among her 40 hits on the season. Outside, 2 balls and a strike, and you see that Kamiyama has the style, more of a slap hitter, getting that running start, trying to hit it on the left side.
Very Brett Butler.
You know I love Brett Butler.
I know you do. He's an 80s man, isn't he?
Yes, he is. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. As Kamiyama can't catch up to the rise ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the Hornets are 1 strike away. Lopez continues to work quickly. Popped up back toward the screen, but playable for out number 3. Garza's got it. And the Hornets moving on to the Super Regionals. They win this one 8-0. We'll come back and wrap things up from Fullerton College. It's the 3C2A Women's Softball Playoffs here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So via the mercy rule, Fullerton College moving on to the Super Regionals. It's an 8-0 win in 5 innings. And, Michael, Fullerton College, you take a look up and down the lineup, and this is a deep field because this is a 5 seed, and they appear to have all the pieces here. Good work in the circle, and obviously the bats are there. The defense was outstanding and most impressive in this weekend.
5 seed improves to 35-6 on the year, and they advance to the Super Regionals. And Jeff, you're exactly right. A lot of depth in this lineup, very potent lineup, and they have 2 arms that can dish it out. And Lopez and Vasquez, and might see them in a couple weeks up at Bakersfield. They move on, and if Cypress were to lose to Southwestern today, they're looking like it's going to be a 3rd game. 7-1 last time we saw in the 6th inning. Cypress was ahead, but if Cypress goes down in Game 3, Super Regionals right back here at Fullerton College. We will be up at Sacramento State covering Big Sky Conference Championship. Final day next Saturday, on Mother's Day Eve, and then the following week we'll be up at Bakersfield.
But germane to the 3C2A crowd, we will be back for the championships at Bakersfield this season. So we'll have wall-to-wall coverage on that as we've had for the last few years, as we've had the great pleasure of doing for the last few years.
It's a busy May. So,
absolutely. And then it's baseball. So we're there. We're around. Obviously, this was a lot of fun for us to come out and get a coverage here, and we want to thank a few people. And
Jesse Munoz, first off, SID information coordinator at College of the Canyons. He was able to get the link out today and let everybody that he could know. Short turnaround. We wanted to test some things out. We were able to do so today. Phil Thurman, of course, Scott Giles, SID and athletic director, respectively, here at Fullerton College.
Speedy Mendoza,
yes.
Obviously, a lot of help this week, helping us get ready. And I also want to thank the College of the Canyons coaching staff as well, very gracious in helping us as well, and John Wismath and his staff taking some time to help us out as well. So greatly appreciate that help. Anybody else we're forgetting?
Emery Johnson.
Besides Emery Johnson.
Matthew Henson on graphics, creating some of the stuff that you see on screen there. And I think that's it.
That should do it. Once again, the final 8-0 Fullerton College over College of the Canyons. They sweep the best of the 3 series, 2 games to none to advance to the Super Regionals. For Emery Johnson, for Mike Zepeda, for everybody involved with SoCalCollegeSports.com, thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.